Well, welcome to the show, Taylor.
Thank
Taylor
you.
is a fantastic mommy, businesswoman, and most of all, author of a great selling book. Miss Taylor, tell the audience where you're from, because I believe you're a Michigander. Is that
Mhm.
correct?
Yes.
She's a Michigander who has moved abroad, but still in touch with the roots of Michigan. So, Taylor, can you tell us a little bit about you, like where you're from, where you were raised up, where you are now, your occupation, and then get to the book?
Okay. So I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. Been there all my life. Um, I spent my childhood there, and then I ended up moving to Grand Rapids for about 5 years, and that's where I had my children and everything. I have two boys, and about 3 years ago, we ended up moving to Texas, where my mom had been a couple years before I came. So now we are in Dallas. And being in Texas, I became a CNA. And now I'm moving up in the healthcare field. I'm in school now for sleep tech, which is going to turn into neurodiagnostics. And so during the course of being here, I've also written my book, which is about my oldest son who was diagnosed with autism at the age of 4. And he was diagnosed back when we were in Michigan. So that was about 2019.
Okay, wow. So you've
Yeah.
had a little journey.
Yeah.
Uh, and audience, let me tell you, she is a courageous woman. Most people, let me tell you this. Go after your dreams. Don't let kids' challenges stop you from your
Mhm.
purpose. And
Yeah.
I do believe her writing this book is an insight to help others who face and families who face the same challenges and help.
Yes.
So I admire you for that. And
Yeah.
can you show the audience your book?
Oh yeah. So this is the book right here.
Okay. Oh, what a cute cover.
Yeah, I kind of have like visions of how I want things to be. So I was very like particular on how I wanted my cover. Um,
Yes.
it has a lot of like signals and things within the cover. If you look, he's not looking directly at you. So kids with autism, they have problems with eye contact. Um, and then on the cover, I have the puzzle piece road, which we're walking on. So it's like me and him walking on the journey.
Oh,
So that
yeah.
kind of signifies us walking on a journey with autism, figuring it out and just trying to figure out where we go and what's going on and how to get through it. So, yeah.
An audience, autism has different looks. Like most people think that, I can't speak for everybody, everybody's different,
Hmm.
you know, and there is a difference between autism and retardation.
Hmm.
Okay. So, can you explain to the audience what autism is for those who don't really understand?
Yes. So, autism is a neurological, um, I wouldn't say disorder, but it just has something to do neurologically with someone, and so it can affect your behaviors. It can affect people's development, and so it really. I know people kind of confuse it with intelligence, or people might correlate it with retardation or things that would affect somebody's, I would say, intelligence or learning abilities. Um, Autism is more of a sensory. So people would be specifically kind of affected by things around them. Say if they're large crowds, they might not be accustomed to dealing with that. They don't know how to process that. Um, Particular clothing and foods, things like that. So yeah, autism is something that I wasn't aware of up
Mhm.
until my son's diagnosis. I didn't really see people in the Black community speaking about it. And so when I first became aware of it, I kind of correlated it with someone not being able to learn, or someone who, is not aware and wouldn't be able to become aware. But as I learned about it through my son's diagnosis, I learned that they're actually genius, which is why I called my book Mommy's Little Genius. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so my son, his was more related to his behavior and being around large crowds, and being around other kids and things like that. So yeah, I learned a lot about it through my son's diagnosis.
Cool. And, your kids are very bright young men, very handsome. So you
Thank you.
guys did good. Um, and they're very happy kids. I've seen them interact and they really love each other and they love
Yes, I do.
family.
Yes.
And that's important.
Mm,
Um, can you tell me about your journey and why you started to write the book? Like, what
yeah.
was your thought process? Like, was it like, I want to share my experience with people?
Yeah. So I've always been a writer, and I've always wanted to write a book. I didn't know that my first book would be something, about my child. Um, but I've gotten people, because I started to spread awareness through social media. And so through social media, a lot of people like ask me questions, because their child may be going through the same thing. And I would just have a lot of people, coming in my inbox and DM on Facebook and Instagram, and people who I know locally who will want to, talk to me about their experience, just having questions, since I was so vocal about my son's journey. So I just decided to incorporate everything that I learned throughout my journey, in a book that everybody could read. And I also wanted people to know like the inside emotions that went into the journey, like how I was feeling as an individual, because when you're going through the journey, you kind of feel alone.
Mhm.
When I was going through my journey, I was pregnant with a friend. So me and her were pregnant at the same time. Our kids are the same age. But as our kids started to develop, mine wasn't developing as fast as hers, or on on time as much as hers was. And so that was kind of like a lonely journey for me. So just knowing that, I kind of wanted to give people kind of like a companion to say, you're not the only one who went through this, or you're not the only one that feels like this. Because I had a lot of intense emotions that I never really expressed to anybody about my journey. So I just put all of that in a book. And then I also put like resources for people, so that they won't be like scrambling around like how I was, calling and trying to figure things out. So I just wanted to hand someone the information that I didn't know. I always want to like help people. If I know something, I want to be able to help you, so that you are not in the situation that I was in.
So special.
Thank you.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
And as a community, people, we have to share and help each other. And if your
Mhm.
book can help other people, like for you to take the time to chronicle resources that you had to find out all this on your own,
Yeah.
and to stay in a calm state of mind, um,
Hmm.
it's not easy, and
Yeah.
still working and getting the kids to school, getting them the education that they need and the um, nurturing at
Mm.
home that
Yeah.
they require, and still have time for yourself.
Right. And that's something that I wanted to highlight through my brand as well, which I promote. Is just, taking care of yourself as well. Because when you're going through the journey, you have to learn how to manage your emotions as well. You have a lot going on, as a mom or as a parent in general. There's a lot going on in the world. You have to work, and you have to take care of yourself as well. So I wanted to highlight that part as well. Like, pay attention to your emotions, because when you're doing good, your child is doing good as well, because they pay attention and they can feed off of your energy. And so throughout the journey, I had to cut back on work, because he had a schedule to where he had to be at therapy. He was going to school in the morning time, and then he had to be at therapy in the afternoon. And so I had to cut back on hours just to get him, to those treatments and everything. And so that was hard for me, but those are the sacrifices that we make as autism moms. And it can be a tough journey, but yeah, just it's definitely it's definitely challenging, but I just wanted people to know that they're not alone, and a lot of people go through the same things.
Yes. Uh, that is amazing of you to share your experience, your journey, and it takes discipline and
Hmm.
balance to
Yeah.
handle your that schedule. Like you're regimented. You like, at a certain time you have to do this, that, and the other. Make
Yeah.
sure you eat properly. Nutrition plays a part in how you function as an adult and
Hmm.
children.
Yeah.
Making sure they're getting the right nutrients that they need to thrive in this world.
Yeah.
Um, so, can you tell us about your journey to New York? When I saw your post on Facebook and I saw the Genius book, I was just like, oh, I was flabbergasted. I'm like, that is incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, so New York, it was a good experience. I planned to go along with some people, but they couldn't make it. And so I was just like, I still want to go. So that was like my first solo trip. And it was
How brave
amazing.
of you.
Yeah, it was amazing though. New York is, everybody's busy doing their own things. And so nobody's really worried about you. So my anxiety kind of like just went out the window when I got there because everybody's just moving and doing their own thing, and you can do your own thing too. So um it was exciting when I went down there. I went down there to see the book posted up in Times Square. That was the main event for me. So it was really special, and it was posted, and I was talking to people that were in Times Square because they were paying attention to the post, and they noticed that I was, taking pictures in front of it and everything. And so they were asking me about it. And it was a good experience for me to have, and just exploring New York and kind of getting out of my comfort zone and talking to strangers and things like that. So, and I actually signed my first book and gave it away to somebody in Times
Aw.
Square when they seen the post. So it was an exciting experience. Yeah, I definitely
And I
want to
want
come
my book signed.
back. Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. How did that come about getting your book on Times Square?
So I actually seen someone in Grand Rapids, who's very popular on social media. She had done it for her brand, and
Mhm.
she posted actually the instructions on how to do it. So when I seen
Hmm.
her do it, I kind of I took notes and I took it down, and I was like, okay, that's something that I want to do. And so I always kept that in the back of my mind. That's something that I wanted to do, and I planned my trip around it. And I pretty much just there's an app for because there's a company that does post on that particular screen in Times Square. So
Hmm.
I pretty much just set my time and I paid for that slot with that time arrangement. And yeah, so it was posted up, and they kind of give you a warning so that you can make it down there in time to see your post and stuff. So yeah.
Man, hats off to you.
Thank you.
You executed that.
Thank you.
And it
Yeah, I'm
looked
kind of.
like, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, just with this brand and everything, it means a lot to me. So I'm always willing to like invest in whatever is gonna, get people to recognize what I'm doing, because when I started it, there really wasn't too much black representation when it came to like autism, and I was looking it up and trying to research what it was, and social media and everything, and I was just trying to figure out. I didn't really see too many of our faces, so I feel like that's where I fit in at, um, because I want people in our culture to know more about autism, because they say a lot of things that really don't correlate to autism. They correlate autism, they say slow and things of that nature. And so I kind of want people to be informed. And when they speak on it, I want them to speak correctly on it. So that's why I was like, this is where I fit in at. So I always try to invest into making sure that I'm putting it out there.
That's right. People, whatever you're trying to do, invest in yourself. You are the investment.
Yeah.
And that helps you propel to where you're going in life.
Mm-hmm.
And making those sacrifices. Nothing is easy. We live in a world, there's a lot of distractions, the news, work, this and that, but stay on the course. It will pay off. And you
Yeah.
have to be disciplined. You have
Mm-hmm.
to take care of yourself. get proper rest, eat right, and be the best person you can be. And that takes time. It's an effort like every day,
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
your best. You'll have good days, you'll have bad days, but those bad days will pass. And
Hmm.
keep a good, seems like you have a good support system around you. That's
Yeah, I
very
do. Yeah, my mom has definitely been the core person in my support system. She's actually the one who kind of um, recognized some things early on that made me
important.
kind of look at my son and try to figure out what was going on. So she was on point with that too. Yeah, she's the main one, and also their father. He's very supportive, and he was there along the journey as well. Getting him back and forth to therapy, and sacrificing time and effort and everything, and just trying to figure out what's going on.
That is great parenting, getting involved, making the sacrifice.
Mhm.
And I hope you guys are an example of young people and older people. It's not too late to get
Mhm.
involved as a team, as together, that
Yeah.
you can help your child or even adult. If you didn't even know that you had an adult that is, well, when he was a child, that he was autistic,
Hmm.
and now there's more information about it. And we need to speak on this in the community, especially the Black community.
Yes.
Now, a
Yes.
lot of times we tend to sweep things under the rug, but we can't
Hmm.
do that
Yeah.
anymore. Help is there,
Hmm.
support is there. And
Hmm.
maybe you'll be the catalyst for other women who are going through this and start some type of movement that everybody can win. These
Yeah.
children are amazing, they have great minds, and you
Hmm.
just have to pay attention
Yeah.
and get involved.
Yeah, and that's my main goal too, because early intervention really helped my son. He didn't start talking until the age of 4. And so I also couldn't get him potty trained until the age of 4. So it was just very difficult. Um, we're trying to understand because he will have his meltdowns and things, and he can't communicate. So you're trying to
Mhm.
understand. So that's why I do mommy's little genius to encourage also early intervention, because that helped turn around a lot for him as far as his development and everything, and just giving him those resources to make sure that he can excel, because now he's top of his class. They have spelling
Hey,
bees in his class, and he won the spelling bee, and so he's just like
wow.
he's excelling a lot. So it's just like that time frame with that early intervention was very important for him.
Audience, that's amazing. Well, is there any book signing events coming up, or what do you have? Where do you want to go with this?
Well, I'm hoping to have a book tour. I'm speaking it into existence. I want to have a book tour to where I go to different cities and I do book signings and things like that. Right now I'm starting out with vendor events here in Dallas. So I'm looking out for events and things that I can um, push my book and get it out there. So far, it's just been social media and everything. And with the New York Times post, a lot of people, you know, gravitated towards my book, and just with my brand in general, raising awareness before I brought my book out. So yeah, now is getting out there and standing up and going to different events and things like that. So that's what's next for me.
All right. And people, I plan on having a vendor event, hopefully in the fall, a schedule permits, because I am a working individual as well. And so
Mhm.
I'd love to have you come. I'll let you know about it if it comes about. And people in the Grand Rapids, if you have something you'd like to sell, I'm all in support of small businesses in your
Mhm.
community and abroad.
Yeah.
We can always circulate those dollars and
Mhm.
help make each other great. Well,
Yes.
thank you so much, Taylor. Audience, I will have Taylor's information at the end of the show, all her social media, and it is a great read. Go get it
Oh,
because I
thank
know
you.
someone in your family, someone you know, can use this book to
Yeah.
help.
Mm.
All right. Well, thank you, beautiful. You keep doing an amazing job with
Thank
raising
you.
those little boys. They are so adorable.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the show.
Of course.
Okay, we hope to. We'll keep up with you, so we'll have you back one day.
For
Okay.
sure. Yes.
All right.